personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. As a volunteer, you deliver a hot, nutritious meal and a friendly hello to someone just like your mother, grandfather, or next door neighbor. These seniors are inspiring people with incredible stories to share, and they love to see you. The smiles you get back are priceless. Delivering with Meals on Wheels is easy, and you don't have to drive like me for it to be quick. You can volunteer your lunch break once a week or just once a month. With 1 in 6 seniors facing hunger and many more living in isolation, your lunch break can make a real difference. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Little roller up along first. Behind the fence. It gets Steph up there. Here comes Knight and the Knicks winning. See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait. All the baby is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Looking, going in the end zone.
You're tuned into Game On with Josh Silverberg. Talking all things sports. It's
Game on! Yeah, game on!
Game On, right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is Game On the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, joining you every single Tuesday from, I know later tonight, from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight will be a short show, only about a half hour tonight. Here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, you can check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I'm going to talk to Speedy about getting back on the Facebook train as well, and Speedy is going to join us now. Speedy, sir, how are you?
Riley always willing to try to help you with getting on Facebook again. You get all those comments galore again for all the guys that we have usually.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I talked to Errol about it, and he was like, talk to Speedy. Speedy will put you back on Facebook. I said, okay. I said, all right, so we'll do it for next week. My father, we don't know if he's going to join. We'll see. Like, busy last we checked. Doing something, so we will see if he doesn't join tonight. What are you going to do? Listen, he's as far as Eric goes, we're just waiting at this point. It is what it is. But we have Speedy here. And that's always a fun time. And Speedy, there's really this is the dead time, I feel like, in sports. Because nothing's happening. Football season's over. It's right now you're in the middle of spring training baseball. It's like whatever. Now players are leaving to go to the WBC. And you're in the thick of the NHL and the NBA playoffs, but then it's like the NBA playoffs, and the NBA doesn't start till the playoffs start anyway. Regular season doesn't matter. And then the NHL, it's like, well, you're sitting here waiting for the playoffs to start and everything like that, but you still got weeks to go. March Madness hasn't kicked in yet. You'll get tournaments, but it's almost like, I feel like, to me, conference championships aren't even a big thing anymore, I feel like, anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, you get in, that's great. That's the ultimate goal at certain standpoints. But we're going to get into some stuff. We'll get into a little bit of the NBA. We'll get into some baseball, the WBC. I believe starts tomorrow.
One game tomorrow. I think all the rest start Thursday, Friday.
I know, yeah. The U.S., I know that their first game is Friday. I know a lot of teams had exhibitions today. I know, what was it? The Yankees. What did they do? Hold on one second. I want to see what the Yankees. I know a lot of teams played like exhibitions against countries today. So Venezuela's beating the Astros 1-0. Puerto Rico's beating the Red Sox 3-0. Detroit is beating the Dominican Republic. The Pirates beat Colombia 7-1. The Netherlands beat the Orioles 8-5. The Yankees beat Panama 11-1. The Blue Jays beat Canada 10-7. Israel beat the Marlins 1-0. The Mets beat Nicaragua 6-3. The Athletics beat Brazil 14-4. The Royals beat Cuba 4-0. Italy beat the Cubs 9-4, and USA won 15-1 over the Giants. Oh, and Great Britain won 7-3 over the Brewers, and Mexico beat the Diamondbacks 6-3. So,
I guess you should knock Colombia out of the tournament for losing to the Pirates.
I mean, what was it? I would say, well, actually, a lot of people are very high on the Athletics this year. It seems like, you know,
Can they pitch? They have good offense. Can they pitch?
yeah. So it seems like, you know, and you think about it in that perspective. But also, I don't know if you saw the news today, that Jerickson Profar suspension number 2. So he's out for the rest of the regular. He's out for the whole season now. Big one for the Phillies today. It just broke a few minutes ago. I don't know if you saw it. Johan Rojas suspended 80 games. Which he was there. That was their center fielder. I believe for the season. They were trying to go after Luis Robert. And they trusted Rojas, and they lost Bader in free agency to the Giants. So I guess Marsh is good. What is the Phillies? I'm trying to think the Phillies depth chart now for the outfield per se. I'm trying to think. It's I know obviously they signed Schwarber's going to be a DH. They have Marsh.
So this projected line from
Adolis Garcia. Yeah, Adolis Garcia. But I mean, what is Garcia at this point?
Yeah, and then Justin Crawford is the other outfielder listed.
It was supposed to be Rojas, right? Rojas was expected to be their starting center fielder.
Yep. And did we lose Josh? Looks like we lost Josh.
No. We got me. No. I sneezed for a second. Sorry. Oh, I sneezed and my headphones went flying off. I'm trying to think. Was Rojas? Was he expected to be the starting center fielder?
Well, he was a platoon guy last year. So
there it is. Rojas PED situation. This is from the Phillies on SI. Affects the Phillies in several important ways. Situation could lead the Phillies very thin and will be ready right-handed hitting outfield depth. But the profile one is, I mean, he was really pulled out of the exhibition game today. He was pulled, for the Braves, I believe it was. So,
I guess he doesn't hide his drug tests very well.
No, I would say to a certain extent, I would say not. But the issue, I mean, I'm just trying to think out loud, like in regards to certain things. I think there's only ever been one guy, right, to ever be kicked out, and that was Henry Mejia.
Mets legend.
Yeah, then he tried to go to the Red Sox after, and that was like a whole situation. But it's weird that, you know, all this and again, you know, I don't know. I find it very odd. To me, it's just a very weird. I don't know. Speedy, which loss is bigger? Do you think Rojas or Profar?
Profar, because I think his peak value is a little higher. Like he has like these random good seasons. So if the Braves were expecting to get anything out of him, because they do have this knack of getting random good seasons out of people.
Well,
I think it's more likely.
Yeah, I mean, I view it as both are key cogs to what the both teams trying to do. I mean, the Phillies, they brought Real Muto back, right? They lost Ranger Suarez though. How has Suarez been doing this spring? I had to look.
I I think he was like a 2-inning start. I think he had a 2-inning start allowed to run. Oh, looks like your father has arrived.
Oh wow! Oh man, he's in front of Mythos. Well,
I know. Look,
you got we got 25 minutes together. We were talking about the big suspensions that just came down today in Major League Baseball. Jerks and Profar suspended again.
oh yeah, I heard about that.
So he's out for the year, and now the Phillies just lost their starting center fielder Johan Rojas for the 80 games this year. So
What happened to the Philly center field? Not for steroids, just injuries.
steroids, 80 games, PEDs. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What amazing guys are getting caught now. I can't believe guys are still getting caught.
I was telling Speedy the Phillies were interested in trading for Luis Robert, and then they were maybe thinking about re-signing Harrison Bader. They didn't want to trade for Robert because Dombrowski felt him and Rojas were kind of, I guess, similar trajectories, and they didn't bring Bader back because of the cost. And now Rojas is out 80 games, and now they're going to have Brandon Marsh play center field, which we know he's not durable, right, Speedy? We know that he's definitely the first thing from being durable. Marsh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just this was miscalculation by them. This was a bad offseason for the Phillies.
Yeah. I mean, what were they, the hardest team in with the luxury tax, I think, besides the Dodgers?
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it this way. They lost Suarez. They cut
all here pretty much.
No, I mean they don't replace Suarez, right? We don't know when Wheeler's coming back. They bring Real Muto back, which Philly fans are like, whatever, okay, because nobody else wanted it. Nobody else wanted him. Everything like that. They cut Castellanos because he's a bad clubhouse guy, which and it's basically.
I'm sorry. How long is Wheeler going to be out for?
Thoracic outlet, so he was out for the rest of last year. Speedy, do you have? I don't know how long he is. Let me see.
The last time I saw, he was expected to miss till at least August.
Okay, so he's out till.
They're dead. I mean, to me, they're dead. Like the window is closed almost.
It said he is ahead of schedule, which he could return in late April or early May.
Oh wow!
So Wheeler can be,
that would be great.
It's a matter of Nola. Like I feel what you're gonna. I mean, obviously we have to see how Wheeler handles this with thoracic. It was a different thoracic outlet than what everybody else has had, but still the same. An inch surgery. You're trying to think about. I guess in my head, I'm thinking out loud of, okay, where. Christopher Sanchez, you know what you're going to get. I think the key card in this whole thing is Aaron Nola, because what we saw from Nola last year and what we've seen from Nola this spring is his trajectory's gone down, and I've always thought Nola was one of the most overrated speedy noses. I said this even when I was on the old show. He's one of the most overrated pitchers in baseball. I've said that for years. I didn't understand. To me, I mean, in the playoffs, he's not great. You're also
the Mets always hit him. That's why you feel that way, because the Mets always hit him.
I mean, the Mets killed him in the playoffs 2 years ago in that game at Citi Field. I mean, it was literally Jesse Winker almost had 2 home runs off of him. He just missed it the first time, and then the second time he's like, "I'll do it this time," and he hit it and everything. But it was, I'm just trying to, and then you have the issue with Bryce Harper and Dombrowski. You've heard all off season is they've gone back and forth where, people have said Dombrowski wants to trade Harper to get out of the contract for the luxury tax, and Harper doesn't want to be traded, but him and Dombrowski have had disagreements on things, and then Dombrowski says, "I'm not trading him," and then the Phillies cut Castellanos. Schwarber is okay with it, right? Schwarber was good with it.
Right.
Whereas Harper was not good with it because Harper said, "Okay, who's the replacement?" If you think Adolis Garcia is going to be the replacement, you're out of your mind. I mean, Adolis Garcia was good 3 years ago. And it was honestly because he had a little run with the Rangers. He wasn't a. I kind of look at Garcia. You tell me if I'm wrong. And it's not because they have a connection and their godson. You know, Garcia's I believe, the godfather to his son. But Randy, remember Randy Rosarena? It's kind of a similar trajectory, I think, in the sense of, well, Rosarena carried Tampa to the World Series, and then since then he's kind of like been okay, but not what everybody thought he was going to be. Garcia kind of fell into that category when Garcia was thriving and he was dominating in the World Series, and they won the World Series, Texas against Arizona, and he was great at playoffs, and then he just fell off a cliff the next year, and it was a disaster since then, and the Phillies just picked him up. But you know, what is Johan Duran? Do you trust Johan Duran in the ninth inning? I mean, I think he's one of the best closers in baseball, but I mean, it's like a matter of, you know, to me, the Phillies have a lot of question marks.
I think, to me, they're a very good balanced team. They're balanced. Their hitting is good, and their pitching is good. You know what I mean? Like, they're a very good balanced team. They're good in every department except the pen soft, right? I mean, their pitching is legitimate. Their hitting is legitimate. It's not they don't have the best in either of them, but they're very balanced. That's how I look at the Phillies. And that's what makes them a threat. And you got to figure they're going to get between 88 and 94 wins.
Sure, 100%. No, I think so. I mean, it's also, I mean, Philly fans have been calling for his job the last 3 years with Thompson. I think Thompson's done an admirable job. And I say that anybody's gonna say, "Oh, because he has so much talent." I don't think it's even the talent. I think he has a lot of different personalities in that clubhouse, and the fact that they're finishing in first place every year is impressive. I think, in my opinion. Now, I know the last couple of years they have not. I mean, the Arizona one was the worst thing that could have happened to the team. I mean, you're up. I believe they were up 3-1 against Arizona.
Or they were up 3-2 and 2-0, I believe it was.
Yeah, they were up 3-2 heading back to Philly for game 6 and 7, and they lost both games to Arizona. And it was just like, wow. To me, that was just like almost like the beginning of the end, kind of, because you can make the case they could have won that World Series against Houston. Multiple chances to win that World Series, and Yordan Alvarez single-handedly just killed that Phillies team in that series. I mean, it was just, but I think a lot of teams have a lot of question marks, right? Like, I mean, I think the Braves are an interesting story. I think dealing with the Braves, they've lost Chris Sale, they've lost Max. I mean, they have Chris Sale, right? But they've lost Max Fried. They let Fried go, and they're constantly getting guys on these Braves contracts. That eventually it's going to wear off soon. You're starting to see it with Ozzie Albies and Michael Harris, where you're starting to see, oh, geez, we have to play these guys because we signed them to 8 and 9 year deals.
That's the point.
But now it's like, well, now we're stuck playing them because it's like, what do we do? And then we know Acuna, when does Acuna become a free agent? That's going to be the key one, or it's like, because Acuna's going to ask for big money. And
I think his year's 104, so I think he's got 2 left.
He's got 2 more years left, and he's not going to get a Braves discount. We know that. He's not giving the Braves their discount.
No, he got the discount.
Acuna's going to give them, if Soto got $760, Acuna's going to get closer to 6 or 7.
You think so?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he will. He will. You can make the case that Acuna is almost as good as Soto because of the defensive ability.
Yeah, but you got to figure eventually the teams that give guys those contracts run out. Like the Dodgers got their guy, the Mets got their guy, Toronto's got their guy. Will the Yankees go after him? Maybe, but if it's not the Yankees, who else is going to go a long term?
He's got 2 more years with a club option, and now the thing is, he's going to be 31 when he's a free agent. Soto was 26, so he'll probably get, I'd say, $455. Is that fair? 5?
It's a lot. I mean, after a while, you're going to get, what are you going to give him, 7 years? He's already got injury problems.
Yeah, but I just think the thing is he's coming out of every injury thriving, and that's the thing. He hasn't showed any regression from these injuries, and
I know, but after a while,
I mean, I think they would like to get away from. I mean, Speedy, you could interject. I think they would like to get away from the Albies one. I think Ozzy Albies has just completely declined. He's got. I mean, Albies has a club option. Then he's a free agent in 2028 when he's going to be 31. He's going to be 31. So you look at these guys. The Braves have a certain window here with some of these guys because their contracts are they're coming up soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they lost a lot over the last couple of years. They're not as good a team as they were 2 years ago.
They're not like I said. Harris is 2033. So to me, it's like, when's Matt Olson's end? That's like I can tell you right now, like Sean Murphy. Like, you don't think they regret the Sean Murphy contract? Of course they do. The Sean Murphy contract is abysmal. It's a horrible contract, and they're stuck with it. Yeah, I mean, Matt Olson's got 1, 2, 3. I mean, Olson's got, he's got $8.5 million, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more years.
Right.
There's that's a good for the 5 years.
That's a good contract, though. He's solid. He's not that old. That was a good contract.
He's gonna be 37 when the contract's up.
I know.
And then you got Murphy. Murphy's got 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 more years for the club option.
And the pitching's they lost a lot of the pitching.
Well, Fried is the killer. Fried was the killer, and
the other pitcher.
I don't know what Strider is anymore.
Right.
I don't know what he is. If Strider is not what he was,
they're dead.
Then they're dead. They're done. And then and you're also starting to see it. I mean, they just what's his name? Snicker left. They got. I mean, it was literally. I think I said it when Eric was on the show. I had literally said on the show it was the worst kept secret in baseball, which was Walt Weiss is going to become the manager of the Braves. He's a former Brave. He was on the staff. It's the worst kept secret on the planet, and then boom, they hire Walt Weiss to replace Brian Snicker. Yeah. I mean, it's like. They didn't even interview anybody for the job.
Good managers know when to leave. Snicker knew when to leave.
He knew. I think Snicker started knowing it once Fried left.
Right.
I think that's when Snicker was like, "This ain't happening." Especially with Strider with Tommy John. This is not happening. Right. I don't know how this is even possible.
You can't. That's like. You can't lose 2 pitchers that good. They're a pitch-first organization, They're dead.
They don't really have a shortstop. You're going to try to. I mean, they have Riley, who's really good. Riley's one of the best third basemen in baseball. You have Acuna, but again, you're seeing like Harris hit 20 home runs, but he also hit 240 last year. Which is not ideal for what he was in the past. Ozzy Albies has so many injuries that he's just not even close to what he was 2 or 3 years ago, and everything like that. So that's good. The Olsen contract is, you could say it's fine, but then you look at Olsen's number last year. He hit 270, but I view the numbers with him the last couple of years. It was 24, 29, 36, right? Then a 12 with then he went 39, 34, 54, and then back-to-back years he's gone to 29.
Right.
So to me, it's like is the regression. I mean, he's 31 now. He's going to be 32. He's a great player, Olsen, but is the regression starting to kick in? And he's still got to pay for the 5 or 6 years. I mean, this is the thing. The Braves discount is, to me, I mean, like, you treated – it didn't make sense to me. They traded William Contreras, which at the time I said they're nuts, and because they traded for Sean Murphy. And I was just like, how do you not keep Contreras? He's the better catcher. That's so I didn't get that. And everything like that. And, Contreras to me, since he's been on Milwaukee, he's been, he's an all-star. He hits 280. He hits 280 last year. At 260, hit 18 home runs. He had a bit of a down year, but the 2 years at Milwaukee, 17, 78, 290, then 23, 92, and 280. Like that's really good for a catcher.
That's great.
Why would you? And also, he's 28. Sean Murphy is 31. That's the one. At the time I was kind of just like, like he made the All-Star, but. Like the last 2 years with Atlanta, he's hit 193 and 199.
Right.
It's just like I think they miscalculated on that one.
I think to me, the Phillies are dangerous only because organizations that are used to winning continue to win. Like the Phillies have won the division. They know, so they're going to be tough to knock off. The Mets, so the Phillies, I think, will always end up like overachieving. The Mets always underachieve. You know what I mean? That's the thing. The Mets should win the division. They should. Right on paper, the Mets should win the division.
I agree.
They got.
Yeah, Errol doesn't think so, but right, Speedy? Errol doesn't think so.
Well,
I don't know what he thinks. I know he thinks the Phillies got worse too, though, so I'm not sure.
I think all of them are just brutal. I think they're all brutal. I mean, you look at it, it's brutal. Like, I think what the Braves did, and you both can tell me. Tell me if I'm wrong. So, I think they know the starting pitching is not great, right? So they re-signed Iglesias, correct?
Right.
And then they add Robert Suarez on top of that to be the setup guy. So they're trying to build the bullpen because they know the starting pitching is mediocre now.
Right. But bullpens can only do so much. If your starting pitching is not good, you can't throw 4-inning guys every day. Look at the Mets last year.
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, I agree. I mean, the rotation for the Braves right now is Chris Sale, Spencer Strider, Reynaldo Lopez, Grant Holmes, and Bryce Elder.
Right.
I mean, Elder's going to be good. I think Elder will be good. I think he just needs a little bit more time. He had a couple of good starts in 2026. I'm sorry, what did I say? I said Elder. I meant to say Lopez. Sorry, Lopez was the one I meant to say. Lopez, I think, will be good. And honestly, and the killer is they lost Schwellenbach. They lost Schwellenbach already. They lost him. They lost him. He's going to miss the first 2 months of the season with right elbow inflammation, which we all know when that happens, what that's going to lead the road down to. So it's inevitable.
No, to me, I got to tell you, the Mets have to win the division this year. They have to.
Speedy, what do you think?
They have the deepest bullpen. The starting pitching is as good as anybody's in the division, except maybe the Phillies when they're healthy. Their lineup is very good, and the best thing about their lineup is they have answers. They have guys they could put in case certain guys disappoint. Like if Polanco stinks, they could go with Beatty.
They keep playing Beatty at first. They played Beatty at first the last 2 days, I think, yesterday and today.
Right.
They played Beatty at first, and
they got Vientos they could put it first. If Simeon stinks, they could put Beatty at second. Or Mauricio. They got guys that could, in case these guys are disappointing, they're deep enough that they can throw guys.
A name to look at, and I know it's crazy, but in the next few months, I say by June, July, the Mets are going to want to see where he's at in the development. I mean, that's Clifford. I think if they feel if Clifford is handling like he did last year, where he hit 30 home runs in the minors last year, if he continues to do that, they're going to call him up. They're going to call him up and they're going to say it's time.
The one guy I'm not as high on that everybody is bench. I'm a little not leery, but I just don't think he's necessarily ready.
Who'd you say? What'd you say?
I said the guy I'm not high on that everybody else is touting is Benj.
Benj? Oh, Carson. I mean,
I just think he should be in AAA. I think he should start the year in AAA.
I mean, listen, he's hitting. He's doing well in spring training right now. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to if he's hitting like he's been hitting. It's going to be tough. But the big thing about Benj, that's what he does, and he showed it yesterday, was in the field, where he was able to he cut a ball off, and he threw it to home, and a guy didn't score from second. He just threw a laser to home plate, and that's one of the reasons why Soto's also moving to left field is they feel that Benj is a natural right fielder.
Well, yeah.
But they think that Benj could be the center fielder of the future. That's
right. Well, they got
I mean, look, Robert still hasn't even played in the game yet. So I mean, they're taking everything slow with Robert and with the injuries. They did it with him over the last couple of years. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hurt, Robert. No. He's not hurt. No. They have a. Mendoza already said it. They have a plan in place to try to keep him healthy because the last 2 years he's been with hamstring issues. So
I know, but it's kind of crazy.
They did listen. Brandon Nimmo met on MLB Network yesterday, and Brandon Nimmo relatively had no hamstring or quad issues the last 2 years because the Mets cut down on his spring training. That was a big thing with Nimmo. Remember when he first came up, was hamstring, quad injuries, all that. And the last 2 years, it was hand-finger injuries because he kept getting hit with pitches, but no leg, no cramps, no none of that. And Nimmo relegated to less spring training and just still doing what he needs to do. And, I understand what the Mets are trying to do with Robert. They're trying to keep him healthy.
Eventually, he got to play, though. I mean, he's got to play.
He's going to play. Yeah, no, he'll play. I mean, it's just a matter of
when's the WBC? When do they start pulling the guys for the WBC? Like this week, right?
Everybody left already. They left.
They left already?
Yeah, they started doing exhibition games today against teams. I'm looking at Jet Williams right now. Jet Williams is hitting 160 but he's
in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Who was the starting pitcher they traded? What was his name?
Sprout.
Brandon
Sprout.
Yeah. Let me see how he's doing.
Don't do that. Stop.
No, I'm just curious. I'm curious how he's doing. I didn't realize he's 25 already, though. I thought he was 20.
Well, he's a college pitcher.
I thought he was 23 or 24. Okay. I mean, he's played in one game. So.
And?
I mean, I don't know if you really want to know.
Knowing your father.
I mean, what did he do? 1 inning, a run, 3 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts.
How many innings?
1 inning.
Wow. Okay. That sucks. Okay.
1 1/3. I'm sorry. Well, this was his problem last year. He for some reason he doesn't have a put away pitch. It's weird with him. He doesn't have a put away pitch, Sprout. It's weird.
Yeah. You gotta love the pitcher they got from Milwaukee with the second
Myers. That was actually the part Speedy loved about the deal. They loved Peralta, but Speedy was raving about Tobias Myers when they got Myers in the deal.
How many hybrid reliever starters have I wanted for a while? I prefer lefties usually, but I mean he's young enough too. He had some good stretches at the beginning of the year last.
He was good in the he started game 3 against the Mets in the wild card 2 years ago.
The game Milwaukee lost.
Yeah,
He's supposed to start, and he was great.
I think he pitched 5 innings. He didn't give up a run in the game. He was great
in the game. But it was against the Mets, so come on.
But the Mets still won. So yeah, it's like I never did that. But I know we have to get going since it's already 7:00. It's crazy. But wanted to touch on the NFL Combine quick and how wonderful that is. I know Speedy was glued to the TV during that one. I think it's the biggest joke.
No, I wasn't. I was in Boston, so I actually.
Thank God. It is the biggest joke on the planet. I swear to God, if I have to see somebody else say, I got to get that guy. Here's how I look at it. You ready? Go put some pads on and go play in the game. I don't want to see you run in a tank top and shorts for a quickest time. Let me ask you this question. So the offensive linemen, okay, they're doing the 40-yard dash, all right? Am I right? So they're doing that. How much running are they doing in the NFL?
That's true. I'm not arguing with you.
You
I
know
don't
what
argue.
you know what I want to see at the combine? I want to see kickers kick 75-yard field goals. That's what I want to see. I want that.
I think it only hurt good players. That's what the combine does. You know what I mean? If you're a really good prospect, now they don't even go anymore. They're like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, people were literally saying, remember about Parsons with the tattoos at the combine? Oh, he's in a gang. Blah, 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 blah. We're not anywhere. He's dropping. Now he's one of the best pass rushers in football. And now on the end, so it's kind of like, what is it? What the hell does it matter? I mean, it's like people were saying, oh, Ty Simpson interviewed so well. I'm like, that's nice. Congratulations. If the Cleveland Browns want to take him with the 12th overall pick, go take him. I don't care. I watched him play in college at Alabama. He sucked. What do you want me to say? I mean, really, what is going on here?
Well, I think that the problem with college football is the variance between talent on teams. Like if you play on Utah, it's very hard to play against quality. You're not going to play against a quality, like how many really good players are on any good college football team once you get rid of the top 10 teams? Like it's hard to judge talent on college football players because they're not playing against really good players. You know what I mean? Like if you're a quarterback and you're a Division II quarterback, you're going to run up 4,000 yards, but you're not a good quarterback. It's just hard to. So they do everything they can just to at least say, I'm doing my due diligence. But I agree with you. I think it doesn't help as much as they should. And I don't know what they can do to make it better. But I don't think what they're doing is good.
Did Fernando Mendoza go in the combine?
No, he's not going to the combine, is he?
No, the combine already happened. It already happened. Let me ask you this. Did Mendoza do anything at the combine?
No. I assume he did.
He didn't do anything, right? He did nothing. That was reported. He did nothing. Is he still going number 1 overall?
Right. Because that's what I'm saying. Like guys that are really good, who's played against good look, he won the national championship. What could he do at the combine to raise his draft level? He's going to be the number 1 pick. He'd be crazy to do anything, right? But it's the guys that played for like East Carolina State, you know what I mean, that might get to that are a 7th round pick might get to a 4th round pick.
No, of course, 100%. I mean, guys have overperformed at combines and they've become busts. A la Vernon Golston had arguably the greatest combine in the history of the NFL.
Right.
He's a genetic freak. You can't pass on him. Blah, blah, blah. I remember at the time I'm watching the draft, and I kept saying to myself, "Oh, I hope the Jets draft McKelvin, who didn't turn out great either. Leotis McKelvin, the corner that the Bills took later on. They took Golston. God, he sucked. God, he was awful. I mean, it was crazy. But it's funny. But that's the thing. Like everybody's like, who should the Jets take at 2? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, Ava Reese, right, has had a spectacular combine. Okay. Who's everybody comparing Averill Reese to now? They're comparing him to Micah Parsons. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, let me tell you, and I'm telling you, if you're comparing him to Micah Parsons, he had a great college career, which he did, and a great combine. Why am I taking anybody? Why am I taking anybody else then? What is the conversation then? To just take that guy. You don't need a combine to tell you that. You know what I mean?
That's right. But like I said, if you're let's say a top corner, a really good cornerback, how do you show up? Unless you play for a top 10 team, you're just not playing against enough good quarterbacks that people are going to see you. So the point is, can I run? Do I have a good twitch? Do I bump? Do you know what I'm saying? Like at least
had one of the smartest. Will Campbell had one of the smallest arms for an offensive lineman in the history of the NFL, right? And what happened? And the Patriots still took him.
Right.
They still took it. I mean, he got absolutely obliterated in the playoffs, but the Patriots still took him. So in the end,
Right.
it's like, what does it matter? Like, it's almost like I mean, Aaron Glenn was sleeping the other day at it. All right, he was bored.
After the nap.
Yeah, he was bored. You know, he was bored.
I understand.
It's just the stupidest thing. It's like Carnell Tate's hand size was small. I'm like, are you telling me you still wouldn't take Carnell Tate in the top 10? Now, if you want
I
to
will say this.
Caleb Downs' ACL injury that got flagged, right? That got flagged, right? The safety, if you want to say that that's a flag, I can understand then. That's fine.
I think there are some things that are legit. I think when they look at, like, it sounds silly, like arm length on offensive linemen. I mean, things like that do matter this day and age in football. Like, can they get at a defender? Like, there are things that, these things are scientifically shown at this point. I mean, the analysis level is so deep that they say, all right, to be a good offensive tackle, you need an arm length of, 43 inches or more.
Sure.
And it's probably legitimate. So when they do the measurables, if a guy comes up short, they're going to go like, maybe he drops to the second round. Like, those things do matter. I think some of the measurables are scientifically proven unless you have a player that's so good he's able to overcompensate for his physical shortcomings. That's
Well, I do love, as much as I love the mythos.
Oh, you like the background? Is it better than your background?
That's Speedy's question now. Is what park is he at tonight?
Your background sucks compared to my background. Are you kidding me? If I turn around, it would. I got to stand up. I don't want to stand. Oh, this was so comfortable.
Nobody told you to stand up. You did that yourself. Well, it's going to be 61 degrees in New York Sunday.
What? I'm sorry.
It's going to be 61 degrees in New York Sunday, so that'll be nice.
I know. It's going to be almost 70 degrees next week.
It's great. You're coming home at a good time in a few weeks. You're coming home at a good time.
I know.
You missed the whole
home. I'm going to come home and go,
winter never happened.
I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, exactly. Winter never happened. It's crazy. Winter never happened. Well, thank you, Dad, so much for hopping on with us tonight. I appreciate it. Speedy, of course, thank you as always. I'm sorry we started the show late. This weather with the rain and that just slows everybody down. Speedy, can you guess what roller coaster that is behind my dad?
That's the Hulk one, I believe.
There you go. See that? You got it right.
That's the other one.
What's that one?
Oh, that was I forget it's the music one. I forget the name of it though.
No, not music one. That's Disney you're thinking of.
No, didn't Universal?
Oh, the Rip Ride Rocket that got taken down. That's fun.
Yeah,
They tore it down. They tore it down.
They tore that down.
Oh no, okay. I don't know that one.
Yeah, Fast and the Furious roller coaster's going up there now.
Okay.
No, that's the Velocicoaster. That's the one I always tell you. That's the one I always tell you that you need to go on, Speedy. You know, say that's the greatest roller coaster ever.
It is the best roller coaster. I sat front row on that before I went on the show. The line was so short. It was great.
There's nobody there.
That woke me up.
Yeah, man. Well, don't forget to check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all smart speakers. We'll be on Facebook again next week. Check out, of course, Job in the Mouth Mondays and Thursdays at 6:45. Of course, Week in Country with Arrow and Speedy on 103.9 FM, the online news radio network. Of course, Snowman in the morning, and all other great shows that we have here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, including Game On Tuesdays, 6 to 7 p.m. Standard Eastern Time. Well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it as always. This was fun. I know, like I said, we're trying to pull teeth here with sports topics. We're doing our best. It's kind of a dull downtime, but we'll keep chugging away and plugging at it and going there.
Women's volleyball. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I would have said cricket, maybe, but if you want to go in the real
cricket,
pickleball. That's the new one.
Well, I'm here, man. I can do some reporting. I'm at the heart of pickleball land here, man. So
Florida is key on it, that's for sure. So for Nelson. And for Nelson Silverberg, for Speedy Petey, I'm Josh Silver. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week. This has been Game On live on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
The Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This is Mario Andretti.